She's been garnering rave reviews from all over the Hindi film industry for her performance in Barfi. Ileana DCruz talks to Bollywood Hungama Broadband content head Faridoon Shahryar about Barfi and the response she has been getting.
How are you?
I'm alright. I'm so sorry. It's been a mad day.
Your fans have been literally approaching us because your performance was fantastic and somehow your interview on Bollywood Hungama was appreciated like big time and they wanted more of you and they wanted a full interview with you. So, congratulations for the wonderful performance in Barfi. I think you definitely held your own. In fact, if you remember, I had asked you this question. A fan of yours had asked this question that Priyanka and Ranbir, they're having those specially able characters, but are you sure that you'll be able to hold yourself? But I think you did perfectly well. You had some wonderful things over there.
Thank you.
What sort of responses have you got?
Well, actually, I have got quite a few responses pretty much on the lines of that, and that has been pretty much the biggest compliment for me. For me, the fact that I've had actors in the industry appreciating my work has been fantastic.
Mr. Bachchan tweeted about you yesterday.
Yes, I was completely blown away with that, and there have been a few other actors who have messaged me as well. So they've taken the time out, to actually tell me that they really like my work. So it's been humbling, and I'm still in a state of disbelief.
So who are the actors who have messaged you and congratulated you on your work?
I got a lovely email from Vidya.
Vidya Balan. Okay.
Yes. So it was extremely nice because I completely love her work, and it is fabulous actress. And I've had a lot of people. Some certain directors in the industry who have messaged, don't know whether it would be right to mention everybody's name. It's been lovely.
You had three, I think, time zones as well. A very young age, and then once you're getting married, and the older one as well. Older one, the voice was dubbed by yourself, or someone else dubbed it for you?
No, it was mine.
If that has been dubbed by you, that is brilliant because to get that nuance of, an older performance, that is brilliant. In fact, that the entire nuances, the way you just got hold of it. So tell me about these entire time zones that you just worked on. What are the instructions given by Anurag Basu and how did you just deal with it?
I think Anurag was very sort of, clear about certain things. He didn't want something very specific or something that was really forced. He just I guess wanted the entire place to slow down. Us playing old, all he said was, don't push it with the voice, don't try and sound old, slow it down, that's all. So that's what I took from him. He's not the sort to really give a whole ton of instructions. Very sort of clear, give you a one-liner thing, and we go ahead with that.
There are many scenes where even you are not having dialogues, but you're still communicating through your facial expression. I'll give you one example. When you just go to the Muskan house and you guys are just finally coming out and Priyanka's character just says Barfi from her window and you've heard it and for a moment you would want that maybe you shouldn't tell Ranbir about it. That entire transformation of the entire what is going through your mind, the negative shades which are there in all the human beings and how you just turn positive and the entire thing. I think that was beautifully done. So without saying a word and just communicating and this is your first Hindi film. I'm sure that you must have got compliments for that scene particularly.
Yes, I did. There were a lot of people who really loved that scene. I've had some very unusual sort of comments on that scene. Well, there were some people who were like, why did you turn? You shouldn't have turned. But I think that was one of the toughest scenes because I had certain doubts. I think, as every sort of heroine is, so you do want to play a positive shade. Then you fail to realize that as human beings we do have this natural tendency that we want our own happiness. I came to terms with that later on because Anurag and me talked about it. I appreciated the fact that you're doing a film that was so real. He didn't want to make it all candy floss and and all fantasy like, and it was real. It's a human being, and for one point the thought does cross her mind that what, if I turn around, that's it. I'm letting go of this man, and I love him, and I've left my entire family, my life behind for him. I really want to let go of everything now. And, I could have easily walked away with him and not worried about it. But the fact that she loves him so much that she just wants to see him happy, and she knows that he will be happier with her. In a way, just the fact that she's got those tears in her eyes, everything came so naturally. So every compliment that's been coming my way, all the credit he's formulated a story that's so beautiful. He's made a scene that's so unbelievably magical. You cannot help but fall in love with all of them. They're real, they're human, and you can relate to them.
We met you in the week of your release, and I think we met you on the Tuesday, a day before the press show was supposed to happen. And there were apprehensions in mind on a lot of people because it's not a regular masala entertainer that is coming your way, and it came with a limited number of prints. Did you guys have any apprehensions? Did you have butterflies? Because a film like this. The way it has performed at the box office is brilliant. It will give a breath of fresh air. I was speaking to Anurag Kashyap yesterday, and he said that this will open up a lot of avenues for a lot of good films within the industry. But there were apprehensions that how will people react to it?
I can't speak for Ranveer and Priyanka. They've been in the industry a lot longer than I have. I mean, I've had my share of the South film industry. But for me, this was a huge, huge risk because, like I mentioned in our earlier interview, I think a lot of people have this sort of notion of how they would like to see a new girl come onto basically a new face. I wouldn't consider myself a new because I have been acting for the past 5 years. But I think, for a newer audience to see me, you'd rather have them see you, in a glamorous avatar, with a lovely costume, with a more pleasant kind of, and, fun-loving, something like that's very real and very normal and very sort of modern.
So that's how Ranbir Kapoor came to know about you, because he just Googled Ileana hot, and when he had to just find out about you.
So that's just the thing, that's probably the beauty of Anurag. Why I keep mentioning and why I keep going on about Anurag is that, when you see the film, you realize it. It's a film that a lot of people have said is magical. And that's exactly what I felt when he told me the story. It was magical. You think about the fact that this is such a beautiful film. The bond between the three of them is... Sure, she loves it. Shruti's in love with Barfi, no doubt. At the same time, she'd do anything to keep him happy. It's not about this self-sacrificing thing, but it's just like if she's human, she knows how she feels and how he feels as well. And it's just lovely. It's got this lovely, warm feeling. And coming back to your question, yeah, I was taking a risk, but I wanted to be a part of this film no matter what. A lot of people, in fact, even told me that, why are you doing this? But I decided, I was like, you know what, I guess let's handle it and hope people will see it.
Faridoon Shahryar, Broadband Content Head for Bollywood Hungama News Network.